dirty old secret, except for us brothers. No one knows his secret. So they in disbelief now have to look up and look behind. The awe of the king did not allow them to look at him into the eye. Now they look and they said, Innaka la anta Yusuf, are you Yusuf? This can't be right. This can't be real. Because who else would know this secret? And he responded, Ana Yusuf. Yes, I am Yusuf. Wahada akhi, this is Binyamin, that whole story of how I brought him here by putting the goblet in his bag and he got caught and this and that. It's me and my friend, my brother Binyamin. We're here together again. And then immediately doesn't rub it in again, second time. قَدْ مَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا. Allah has just been so kind to us. Allah has been so kind to us. The fact that you're sitting there and I'm sitting here. The fact that you're on the ground begging for mercy for food while I'm the king. And how the tables have turned. Even though I was at the bottom of a well and I was made a slave and I was thrown in a dungeon for a decade. But look at how the tables turned. Here I am as a king of Egypt. Here you are begging for rations. But there's nothing I'm going to be boastful about. I'm not going to be boasting about anything. قَدْ مَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا. Allah is the one who has the only right to boast His favors upon me. Any type of success attributed directly towards Allah. Any type of mistakes attributed to jahala. And like the next page, shaitan. This is the lessons we learn. Always attribute success to Allah. And if you see anything wrong in someone, attribute that failure towards shaitan. That's the only way, my friends, we can move forward. Otherwise, we're never going to be able to forget one another. But he did that. How do you expect me to overlook what he did? But shaitan made him say that. That's how you're going to make him. That's how you're going to move forward. Attributing the evil of people that you're trying, let's say husband and wife fought. Mom and dad fought. Parents and children fight. Business partners fight. And now you're trying to get back together and move forward. But he said, every time I want to move forward, I just remember that one day what you said to me. Oh, khalas, I'm sorry, I can't move forward. That's what's going to happen. How can you move forward? When you say that was a slip of a tongue which shaitan made you say that day. You're not like that. You're a great person. But shaitan made you say something to create this huge distance between you and I, to ruin our relationship. And that's exactly on the next page what happens. He says, as the story comes to a wrap in closing, he says, all praise belongs to Allah. وَقَدْ أَحْسَنَ بِي. Allah has been so kind to me. إِذْ أَخْرَجَنِي مِنَ السِّجْنِ. When He took me out of the prison. Allah has been so kind. Ajib. He doesn't say Allah is the one who got me into the prison. What does He say? Allah got me out of the prison. This is the etiquette with Allah. There's the etiquette with Allah. Brother, Allah is the one who got you in prison too. Allah is the one who got you into a lawsuit and then got you out of it safe. Allah is the one who made you sick and cured you. But the etiquette with Allah is that we don't attribute evil towards Him. Got it? Well, that's why the dua of the statement of Ibrahim alayhi salam in Surah Shu'ara, وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينَ. When I fall ill, He cures me. Look at the etiquette. Who made you sick? Allah did. When Allah makes me sick, then He cures me? No. When I fall sick, He cures me. That's the etiquette we learn from the Quran. When referring to Allah, we attribute only good towards Him. So He says, Allah has been so kind to me when He pulled me out of and took me out of the prison. وَجَاءَ بِكُم مِّنَ الْبَدُوِ. And mashallah, He brought you all from the village of Canaan. Now you come to the city of Egypt. And He gives the 40-year-long story. He gives it one gist of it. Min ba'di, after Allah brings us all together as one good big family in Egypt. After shaitan nazaga created a rift between me and my brothers. This is how He sums up 40 years of oppression. How does He sum it up? After shaitan instigated hatred and disagreement or both and misunderstanding between my brothers and I. With one swipe, He absolved them from all of this. Attributed it to shaitan. That's what you call forgive and forget. This is how you move forward. But then you say, how can I forgive and forget? This happened. But this is exactly what she said. This is exactly what she did. How do you expect me to forgive and forget? The method is you attribute that towards shaitan. And you say, people are good, shaitan's evil. You're very great, but your shaitan made you do this. Chalo, I'll forgive you for that. It's not your fault. And so we learn this beautiful trait from Yusuf alayhi salam. You want to move forward, attribute the evil that happens towards the devil. And then Inna Rabbi latiful lima yasha. My Lord is very kind with whatever He wishes. Indeed, He's all knowledgeable and all wise. So we haven't still gotten to the gist of the surah. So he's speaking to his brothers, and he said, Allah has been so kind to me. And then he says, إِنَّهُ مَنْ يَتَّقِي وَيَصْبِرْ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Indeed, the one who has taqwa, who is God conscious. Indeed, the one who is God conscious, وَيَصْبِرْ, and the one who is patient, that indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not waste the reward of those who do good. This is the gist of Surah Yusuf. Two things. That if you have taqwa, and if you have patience, then you will succeed. If you have taqwa and you have patience, you succeed. Even if it takes 40 years to end your battle. But success always at the end, you know who's going to have the last laugh? The one who's got taqwa and who's got patience will laugh the last. It might be at the time of death you'll be laughing, when no one even realizes. Like that companion of the Prophet ﷺ who got stabbed or he got killed in the midst of a battle, with a spear, arrow, whatever. And as he was dying, he's smiling and he's saying, Fustu Rabbil Kaaba, I swear by the Lord of the Kaaba, I'm successful, and he died. The one who killed him was so moved, he went to Medina and accepted Islam. Because he couldn't believe it. I just killed him. How is he saying I'm successful? That's what I mean. The one who has patience and taqwa, he has the last laugh. Even if it means while he's dying. And definitely, of course, he's going to have the final laugh forever. Not the 15 seconds or 15 minutes, but eternity in the hereafter. So no matter what type of scenario you and I are going through, maybe you've been falsely accused of something. Maybe you're riled up in some type of scandal. Maybe there's an issue of a lawsuit. Maybe there's an audit. Maybe there is an issue of husband and wife not getting along. Maybe there's parents and children. Maybe there's a business that's not going well. Remember the story of Yusuf. Always do what's right. Don't do what's quick, what's easier, what gives you the biggest benefit in the world, what gives the biggest return, what your friends tell you, or anything. Instead, do what these two things is. Remain God conscious. Look at, I don't care what they're saying. They're throwing dirt on me. All kinds of dirt. I'm not going to do the same thing. Just because they're pulling out a bunch of dirt against me and finding my old stuff, should I do the same? That's what people do, right? No. Let them deal. They got to go in their own grave. Why don't you lead a life of taqwa? No matter what they accuse you, are you going to start accusing them now? That's what the people of the dunya do. That's tit for tat. You don't do tit for tat. Lead a life of taqwa and patience, and you'll see Allah will get you out of whatever mess you're going through. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the ability to bring these two qualities in our life, no matter what the situation may be. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallah wa bihamdihi, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. And as I mentioned, there's a 10-day khatam taking place, maybe the next 10-15 minutes downstairs for those who want to participate in that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.